The Fairness for Injured Patients Act does one big thing. It updates a compensation cap on injured patients that has not been updated since 1975 for 45 years. When policy for real families is decided in back rooms like Frank Fat's rather than in hearing rooms or ballot boxes. And it's shameful that we have to go to the ballot box 45 years later with 623,000 petition signatures to get a change that should have happened decades ago, probably downstairs at Frank Fat's.
Except once the jury left the room, and it's always after the jury leaves the room, the judge slashed that $7 million verdict to $250,000, the cap set by the legislature in 1975, and it's never been adjusted. 4 years ago this month, I leave my job, and I do wonder all the time what will happen to Stephen when I can't take care of him anymore.
This is an issue that I've carried in my heart, and I feel really, really strongly about. So I met Stephen, and I met Kathy, his mom, and I'm going to do everything I can this time to once and for all adjust the cap.
We didn't think to question the medical staff about sedating her twice in the same day or even performing 2 major procedures on her just hours apart. But we trusted the doctors, like most people do, and why wouldn't we?
We not know that not only was she sedated twice, but she was also over-sedated, which caused her heart to collapse right then and there, as if having cancer wasn't enough already for her. After seeking a second opinion from a leading hospital, we were told that the cancer was treatable and was also removable. Sure enough, she is cancer-free. But because of this medical negligence from the hospital where, we first took her, she will now be disabled for the rest of her life.
I've had to look hundreds of people in the eye and tell them that their child who's been negligently killed because civil justice is only worth $250,000. I cannot count how many times I've had to look people in the eye and tell them that. I don't want to say that to them anymore. So I wrote this ballot measure. We're going to change things because it's the right thing to do.
We talked about quantifying the value of a human life. But what I want all of you in this room to understand is that there's absolutely no way you can quantify how difficult it is to tell an 18-month-old that his mommy's never coming home. Calculate how difficult it is to explain to a son that will never know his mother just how amazing she is and how amazing she was.
We're telling every influencer, every celebrity, everyone that we know, and guess what? Insurance companies, we're coming for you. This law is going to change in November because we're fed up. People have had enough.
I think together we can, knock out this bad law. We have to knock this law out because it's just devastating to our kids, to our families, to everybody.
Healthcare justice isn't just a human rights issue, it's also a women's rights issue, and I encourage everybody to stand up together. On behalf of the women of the state of California, I urge everybody to support this measure.
The Constitution says we have the freedom of speech. It doesn't set a cap of 250 words, okay? Just like there should not be a cap of $250,000 on a human life, my child's life.
Absolutely despicable of what has happened and the backroom deal that was cut downstairs and the 45 years that this has gone unchecked. Well, today we are declaring that we're putting an anchor in the ground and we are going to do what is necessary. I don't want another family to suffer the way that tens of thousands of families in this state have suffered over these decades.